Hi, good afternoon, everybody. It's Lisa Monoson, National Leader of the Avon Team Moneymakers. If you are watching this recording, today is October the 3rd, 2017, and we are going over the flex ordering that a lot of representatives are getting ready to start here in the Southeast. Now, I know a lot of representatives were part of the pilot program for this flexible ordering system, and now it's starting to spread throughout the U.S. So, if you're watching this meeting, it means most likely that you have received a letter that you are going to be moving to flexible ordering, or you've received some sort of communication, maybe even via email, that you're moving to flexible ordering. And I want to be able today to answer your questions and help put you at ease, because some people are all nervous thinking, well, what does that mean for my business? And I want to make sure you understand that this is a great thing for your business, and you're going to be really excited being able to be your own boss to begin with, and being able to choose your specific ordering day is part of the difference. So what I've done is I have taken from some of the slides from that meeting. Now, if you did not get a chance to see the live meeting, I believe it is recorded. You could also go back to that. But the reason we're doing this format with our team is so that we can do questions and answers, of course, as needed. Okay, so I'm going to share some of the slides for visual. My actual screen may go away in regards to my video screen on this, so you'll just see the slides, but you will hear me talking. Okay, so I may not be able to see you as well. So let me share my screen, and let me move this out of the way. All right, we're good to go. All right, guys, so the objective is order and receive delivery anytime within the 2-week campaign window. So if you're on flexible ordering, there's no more schedule. It's just a full 2 weeks. You get to pick your day instead of maybe you're currently a Monday. Maybe Monday doesn't work for you and you would prefer to put orders in on Tuesday, then that is your choice. The initial pilot did launch last year, 2016, and they learned that 70% of participants did change their order date. And it's beginning with the Southeast region this October, okay? Let's move on to the next slide. So phase 1 officially, for those that receive the emails, once again, starts October 17th and includes the original Southeast markets. And phase 2 will begin October 24th for some of the other Southeastern reps that may opt into flexible ordering. Here is the district list, okay? So for those of you that are like Jax, Florida, we're like 1337, 1349, 1352, but you can find this here. Anybody that has the double star means they were trendsetter in the pilot, and anybody with a single star means they were in the pilot program flex ordering already, okay? But the rest of these districts, if you see your district number on there, that means you're moving to the expansion of Southeast, okay? Hopefully I'm leaving this up long enough for you to search, but again, if you're watching the recording of this, you can always pause it right about now and check your screen. Let's move on and find out a little bit more here. So what's awesome about flexible ordering is, again, you got a full 2-week window to place your order. There are no late fees because technically you just have a choice of when you want to place it. The shipping fee is charged just once every time you place an order, you will be charged shipping. But you can avoid paying those multiple fees by either encouraging customers to order through your online store, or again, just like you are doing now with a scheduled date, just pick one day every 2 weeks that you're going to place your order, a day that works for you, and keep that consistent. So if you look at the white here on the mail plan side, this is for those that right now have an RPS 1 through 10, you can see the order processing charges when you place an order. If you put in one order that's this size, it's anywhere from $6 to $15. If you put in an additional order, it's $10 to $19. Okay, President's Club, 6 to 15, and 10 to 0 if it's over 500 on President's Club. But in the pink over here, look at this. First order, $6. Additional order, $6. It still goes 6 to 15, but as you can see, it doesn't go up here on the additional orders, okay? Let's move to the next slide so I can show you some of the differences there. Oops, let me move. I've got different screens here. Okay, I'll show you that in a minute. For some reason, it jumped to this one. So we're going from complicated, this is what the scheduling used to look like, with all these different RPSs, to very simple, okay? So you can see here when the order date closes, because you got that full 2 weeks, and when it actually begins. So right here, this black, where it's black right here, where it says October 17th, that is the close of campaign 22. It's the absolute last day for campaign 22, noon, okay? Starting on the 18th begins campaign 23 for flexible ordering, and those representatives have all the way till basically the 30th, or again, if you're continuing to stay on your RPS 10, if you're 10, you always have noon on the final day, okay? So I hope that makes sense, and like I said, we'll be able to do questions here in a moment. Let me move on to the next slide. So results are showing that there's an increase in activity with this process. The average orders going up because, again, people get to choose. Maybe they were an earlier schedule, or maybe it just wasn't vibing with their work schedule, their home schedule. Now they can work that around. Average orders are going up, and sales per representative is going up, which is all excellent news. So here are the benefits of flexible ordering. You want to think about the positive changes that it can bring. Number one, the benefit of placing consistent orders. Your customers, how will your customers feel about having the flexibility to order anytime? Maybe you have a lot of customers, say, in your workplace, and they all get paid on a certain day. And you know that the way it's working now for you is like, they don't want to place the order because they all don't get paid till Friday. And so maybe Friday is a better day for you to place orders than Monday. Maybe you're on Monday and Friday's better. This is all up to you. And if you could choose the perfect day to order, think about your life and your family. What day works better for you? Are you happy with the way it is right now? If so, nothing has to change. Just keep your 2-week schedule just the way it is. But if you're not liking the day that you're on, then you're able to switch it in that 2-week window, which gives you that flexibility. And how would you leverage flexible ordering to increase your average order? So again, that goes back to, let's say the day of the week you have right now is not working out for you in regards to maybe your family schedule. And if you had it on a different day, maybe you would have had more times to do those follow-up calls, to drop more brochures off, to see more people. Again, that could change things. The flexibility to be able to make it really simple for you and your business, unlike Avon telling you that you have to place it on a certain day by a certain deadline. And I think also you're going to find that there are some great benefits with the flexible ordering. So those are things for you to think about and how it can change your business. Here's the slide that was supposed to be up a little bit sooner. So no late fee example. So right now, a late campaign order at $250 or a late, $250, shipping fee $12, total shipping fee $12. On flexible ordering, there's never any late fees. So regular campaign order of $250 is $8. Your total shipping fee is $8. Okay. Left side, all in white, you can see the first order and then second orders. And then if you look over on flexible ordering, they're all just the same price because there's never a late order fee. So additional orders will cost you. So if you're going to be somebody that's like, oh, I'm going to place every Monday of every, every week I'm going to place on a Monday, you will have 2 fees depending on those order sizes. But if you still want to stick to 1 day every 2 weeks, you only get the 1 order fee. And as you can see, it's just standard. It's not going to be higher ever. You're never going to have that late fee. So what do you guys think of that? Thumbs up? It's good? Awesome, right? Okay. All right, let me move on to the next slide. Here is another example. So regular campaign order for this representative before was $250. She paid $8 to ship it. Oh, wait, then she had an additional order of $135 and placed it 2 days later. She got another $10 charge because it was an add-on order. Her total shipping for that campaign was $18. Flexible ordering, she put in a first order of $250. She was charged $8. And don't forget that your customers, when you're looking at shipping, you should be charging as a handling fee. I charge $1.50 a customer, and so that helps defer for each of those customers. It pays for it. But if she had an additional order of $135, as you can see, the additional order at that rate is only $6. So there's a $4 savings there. It's only going to cost $14 versus the $18. Does that make sense? Pretty good? Okay, everybody's following. Awesome. Here's one more, I believe, example. Let's see of this, or am I clicking the same? I think I'm clicking the same slide. Let's see. That one. And I put that same slide twice. Okay, so you choose again what works best for you. You can do nothing and maintain the same ordering schedule. If that works for you, just stay on it. You're good, okay? The only thing that would change then for you would be never having a late fee. And let's say it goes one day later. There's no late fee, no extra. You put in an additional order. It's again no late fee. It'll cost you a little bit less. You can choose another ordering schedule that works better for you. Or number 3, you can submit orders any day during the 2-week period. So if you're somebody that again wants to place multiple orders, know that you'll be charged multiple orders shipping fees, but that again is your choice with no late fee. And it will go towards whatever that campaign window is. So if you're in 23 on flexible ordering, and that begins on October 18th and ends on the 30th or the 31st, that whole 2-week window, let's say you continue to get more orders, you can place them, you'll just have the standard shipping. So here's the key dates and support for the launch. So September 14th, you guys received some introductory emails that you were going to flexible ordering. And September 27th, you will probably receive something in the mail. I know I did, okay? October, postcards and calendars in your campaign 23 orders are gonna come if you're being chosen for flexible ordering. And October 9th, a launch email is gonna come and tag everybody in the system. So if you are in leadership, you will be able to look as of October 9th, and all the people in your team that are on flexible ordering will highlight up in blue, and that's how you'll know, okay? Excuse me. October 17th is the last day. You stay on your regular schedule. I'm choking over here. You stay on your regular schedule, but all orders, in case you're late or your RPS 10, on October 17th will have a noon deadline, okay? Because it's the end of all those representatives being on an RPS schedule forever and ever, okay? October 18th begins campaign 23. And so anything that's ordered from the 18th through the end of that session for that campaign will count towards 23. Now, one of the things Avon's going to do is really help representatives by doing phone trees. So on day 2 of the campaign and on day 7, there'll be phone trees going out reminding people to place their order. And then there's going to be a no order reminder sent out on Avon will just send it out to those who have not yet placed an order on day 3 and day 8 of the 2-week time frame, which will be great. I still think it's really important, if you are going to change your day, that you stay consistent and that you still kind of keep it the way it is now in regards to, every other week you place an order on X day. Because one, you don't want to confuse your customers and you want to stay in that rhythm. Otherwise, it's going to get to where all of a sudden the 2-week is up and maybe then you missed your order, you didn't place any order. So to stay consistent, continue to pick some day that works for you and continue that with your customers. Okay, so hi, Ben. I see Ben. All right, transition campaign update. So this, again, is just a snapshot. So look at October. In gray is all of campaign 22. And you can see RPS 10 updates. They've got the dates on here for that, okay? And over the last day of the updates. But as you can see that normally all of you that are RPS 10, your final day is normally a Tuesday on October 17th. That day, if you are RPS 10, you have to have the order in, or if you're keeping an RPS 10 schedule, like you're not going to change it, you like your RPS 10, you will always be due at noon instead of midnight, okay, if you're on flex ordering. The new program starts for everybody that's on flex on the 18th for campaign 23 in yellow. So look at the guide here, campaign 23 yellow, the 18th through the 30th. You have that whole window to place your order for campaign 23. So pick a day, okay? And then it closes out by noon on the 31st, okay? Then you look over campaign 24 in pink. That will begin campaign 24 on the 1st of November. It ends on the 13th. And again, it updates by noon on the 14th, which is why those are in blue. So again, somebody's keeping RPS 10, they like their schedule, you would just have a noon deadline. Does this all make sense, guys, or is this at all confusing? Your thumbs up? We're good? Okay, we'll answer questions at the end. We'll be able to go over. All right. And campaign 22 is selling now. Place all orders again by October 17th. Campaign 23 early ordering begins October 18th. So again, if you're ready to place an order, that was another thing. Let's say, my phone is going off. Let's say you're at the end of an RPS schedule right now. And by the time it gets to you, a hot item you know is going to sell out is going to be gone by the time it gets to RPS 9. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to start placing earlier because it's the holidays and I prefer to be RPS 1 or 2 or 3 because that is going to help me make sure that I get certain items, okay? That's a bonus, okay? So you get to decide again. So what's your order day? So mine currently is a Thursday. And again, the order day you currently have, just place your order on the same day of the week as you always have. It could be a day that you have plenty of free time, a day that it makes it easier to receive and unbox your order. Because remember, if you change your day, so for example, I'm a Thursday and I don't get my stuff back till the following Tuesday. If I move my date to say a Monday, I'm most likely getting my stuff back the same week on a Wednesday or Thursday, okay? Somebody that places an order on a Friday most likely is getting their stuff back on a Tuesday or a Wednesday of the following week. So do note that the delivery day, if you change your order day, your delivery day is going to be bumped a few days different from what you have. For me, I know that I've been on a Thursday, but I'm planning on, I believe, moving either to a Monday or Tuesday so to get my products back in the same week, which keeps it flowing a little bit longer for me. So I'm excited about the change. Now, this is the Customer Insight Center. You know, if you've got additional questions, you've got me. And then there's a dedicated site for flexible ordering, and it's Avon, if you want to write it down. For those that are listening by phone, it's avon.com/flexible. avon.com/flexible. You want to reach out, of course, to myself or your mentor if it's not me, if you're having further difficulties or questions in regards to this. So let me go back to stop sharing my screen. We'll come back here. All right, guys. So with that said, that pretty much concludes most of it. I have a questions and answers list here in case you have questions. If you would like to be unmuted and have questions, please feel free to either unmute your line or raise your hand and I will unmute you.
I have a question.
Okay.
Actually, I have a few questions.
Okay.
First, when I first started Avon, I was RPS 10.
Okay.
And I was doing my orders on Tuesday before I got paid on Thursday. So I would do my orders 2 days before I got paid.
Right. Right.
Well, since I moved, I am now RPS 6.
Okay.
Which I do
Wednesday.
I do my orders a week before I get paid.
Right.
So can I go back to that schedule, and how does that affect like the current brochure that I give out on that campaign? For example, right now I'm on campaign 22. I think it's 20. Yeah, I'm on campaign 22 right now. Okay.
I'm looking
campaign 23 starts. They're saying that campaign 22 order goes in by the 11th. Okay, and then campaign 23, according to the letter I got, it's when I go on flex ordering.
Right.
So can I just give out those brochures and just do it and change my date the 2 days before I get paid, and then I can do that?
Absolutely.
Okay. So does that mean I have to give out the next campaign books at the same before, because it's going to be like a week?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
The initial transition for those that might be, for example, if you're a 6 and then you're like, you know what, on 23, I want to switch it up earlier or something, then yes, you're going to have a shorter time selling just for campaign 23 until you get back into a rhythm. But if that day is going to work better for you, then you just have to, like you said, you could give out double books and say, I'm taking orders for both. And this 23 order is going to go in a little bit sooner than normal because I'm changing my days. Now, if you wanted to keep the 10 schedule that you used to have, then note that your order will not go in at midnight anymore, though. It would go in on by noon, the noon deadlines.
Okay.
So what
I
I
have
would,
no problem with that. I had no problem with putting it in before noon. I was just confused about, if I could go back
so,
because I sell a lot of stuff at work and we get paid every other Thursday.
uh-huh.
So it kind of works out better for my customers at work to, if it's
Well,
coming in like I put it on Tuesday, it comes in on Wednesday.
there's 2 Thursday schedules. You have RPS 2, which is earlier, which is like I said, RPSs are going away. But if I'm looking at the former, there's a 2, and then there's the other Thursday was a 7. So, and by the way, it's saying I have about 9 minutes to answer more questions before this time's out on us. So, does that make sense though? You get to choose. You have a window of time frame to get the order in, and just pick your day and then stick to that day. Does that make sense?
I think that answered my question. I was just a little confused about if I could go back to that and if I had to give out double books because I know if I go back to that schedule, I'm gonna be a week.
Yes.
I'm gonna be a week already into it,
Yes.
and then I got 1 week left before.
Yeah, and the first campaign, and that first campaign there will be that transition, but after that it should flow just fine for you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Good question. Anybody else with questions or comments that you would like to make? What do you guys, maybe even just what do you think of this? Are you excited to be able to pick your day? Delaney?
Sorry for coming in late, Lisa.
Oh, you're fine.
I think that what Avon is doing with the flexibility and all this, where people don't have to stress out about being till midnight, they can do it in a 2-week time period, and for a lot more days, a lot more time, and there'll be no excuses about that. Because I sometimes I stress about trying to cut the orders on time. Before I want to do it before midnight,
right?
But now I have more flexibility, and,
yes.
and I appreciate that. Plus, I went to the Avon social over at the I think it was a hotel downtown. Yep. Have you heard about that?
Yes, I couldn't make it. I had my daughter-in-law's baby shower that day, but yes, you went to drive like
somebody was telling me about that.
Yeah.
So I heard about it, and there was a lot of good Avon reps there. There was even a guy from Georgia named Joseph who was really polite, and me and him were guys, so
it was cool.
But
yeah.
But if there's anything I've learned with team money makers or team dream makers, it's about teamwork. I mean, we're sorry for saying this, but we're like the Power Rangers. We have to work together as a team or we won't get anything done.
I love it, Ben. You rock. Thank you so much for sharing.
I did rock this morning. I just had an argument with my mother. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we're recording for YouTube. Hi, YouTube. All right, but thank you, Ben, for sharing. I love that. All right, Delana, did you have a question too?
I just wondered if you had heard, like with the pilot group, that a lot of people want to switch to RPS 1 so they could try to get all the products before they sell out. Did you hear anything?
I didn't. You said there is something going on out there that everybody wants to do 1?
No, I'm wondering. I mean, because I'm thinking, well, I'm an RPS 2, but I'm thinking of moving to 1.
Yeah.
Because then I get my order back on Monday instead of Tuesday, gives me an extra day to deliver during the week.
Right.
And most of my people, they get their stuff in by Wednesday anyway.
Right.
And they wouldn't. And the first couple of campaigns would not be a big deal if I had to place a second order.
Right.
But I just wondered if that was.
There might be a lot of people that do, but don't forget also we still have trendsetters out there, and they're still selling, 2 ahead, and they also, could be flexible ordering as well. They were, you know what I'm saying, but they're still ahead too, but they still have the flexible ordering window. So they're going to be able to still determine for us, what's selling out ahead of time that we can get, but I'm wondering kind of how that's going to go too once this continues to release. And I do believe if you're not in the Southeast, you're watching this, and maybe you're watching this because you're a leader and you have people in your downline in the Southeast that are moving to this and you wanted more information on it. I think it's good to be informed so that you will be ready for it. But I'm wondering how that's going to go. I'm sure Avon's figuring out the warehouses and, all of them are coming in at once that they're going to, I think there'll be a lot of people though that plan on a Monday and maybe all of a sudden it goes in a Tuesday because they got a few more coming in, type of thing. You always get that one person that's, oh, can I still order? And you're like, good, I didn't hit the, or can I order tomorrow? Yeah, I'll hold it one day, you know, and you'll be okay, kind of thing. But again, if you start skipping around too much, it will affect how the next campaign goes. It will affect, you may be skipping orders, and we don't want that. You still got to keep your customers also in that rhythm. Otherwise, you're going to just be this inconsistency that's going to, you know, you're going to pull your hair out, and they're going to be like, when is she placed? I don't even know.
Right.
I do have a, go ahead, Delaney.
I think it's a great idea, and also for people that don't have credit with Avon, you know, and they were having to collect their money up front and then get people to wait until their order goes in. And I mean, I just think, you know, it's going to be convenient. Convenience wise, it's going to help in a lot of ways.
Yes, yes. And then we still have the e-store too. If people want to put, you know,
Right.
if they have 40 or more, they can put it through there for those additional orders too. I have a question coming in from Vanessa. She wants to know how flexible schedule affects the holidays, like Christmas, Halloween, and whatnot. Usually they'll tell us, again, I think it's going to be just, you know, within the 2-week window, according to the FAQs, because there is an FAQ section on this. Let me see if I have it on here. Basically, it said that, I mean, I guess, of course, if it's like on Thanksgiving, you know, no orders are going to be able to be placed Thanksgiving. So it would have to be the day before, and that would kind of probably go as the way it is now, you know, like on that. Ben, I'll be right with you. We've got about 4 minutes, but I see you've got a question. Let me just share that it says your award cycles, incentives, and sales will follow the flexible ordering 2-week campaign window. Orders placed within the active 2-week window will count towards the reflective campaign towards any awards and incentives. Orders placed outside of the 2-week window count towards the next campaign. So you just got to look at when it starts and when it closes, and that's your window to get it in, okay? Ben, you had another question. We've got about 3 minutes.
When will there be, let's just say, the big question is the Black Friday sale. Don't forget, it's never too early to start Christmas shopping, Lisa.
You're right, Ben. You're absolutely right. It isn't. Black Friday is up to you. I mean, like most people do some sort of Black Friday sale. So I think that, you know, that's something you can set up ahead of time. I know Delaney and I are just like, we love you. You're so great, Ben. Yeah, just, I mean, you'll be able to plan ahead and, you know, run something really special and place it on that day too. If you have 2 different days and you want to do 2 orders, you can. Okay, awesome. Any other questions? We got 2 minutes. David, real quick. We can.
Do you have a video on like ideas for Black Friday sales?
You know, I have a bunch of documents in our group for Black Friday sales and different, like beat the clock, you know, kind of like the stores do, where it's like shop with me between this time and get this discount, or shop between this hour and you get this discount, like different types of things that go on hour to hour, so people will call you in those hours, just like a store. If they were to go into the stores, how we work it.
Because I hadn't thought about Black Friday until Ben said something.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
I know. It's coming. Before you know it, it'll be here. Absolutely. All right, any other questions that I'm seeing? Watch for Cyber Monday specials too, Ben. That's true. That's what Delana just said. All right, anything else before? Oh, Stephanie's got one. Let me see if I can unmute you real quick before we close out here. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Since we're talking about that, and Thanksgiving always falls on a Thursday, and that's when my stuff comes, is on a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder how that's going to work.
Yeah, anytime there's been a holiday and things are shipping around a holiday, they usually will, you know, like you could plan ahead and be like, well, I know Thanksgiving's this Thursday, so you know what, this week I'm going to place my order on Monday. And that way you would get it on Wednesday before the holiday. Or if you were to place it Wednesday, because you're normally Thursday, or even Friday, then it would just come the next week. So that's going to be flexible up to you. Does that make sense?
Because I make my order on Mondays.
Oh, okay. And then it comes on Thursdays? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then it may come Friday that week. Is how that'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We have a minute left. 1 minute. Any other quick questions before we close out? Otherwise, we'll take it to our group and you can continue to ask there. All right. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for joining. This is getting ready to close out. We'll see you guys next week for another lunchtime chat. Let me know in our group what you would like to coach on next week. Lunchtime chat soon. Thanks for joining. We'll see you guys later. Bye and happy sales, everybody.